Greetings, welcome back. This is our second video in the two-part series about how a ineffective, unproductive, crappy internal talent acquisition team can be ruining your career as a manager, director, vice president, trying to staff positions in your department. And our first video, of course, is on our website. It's on our LinkedIn page. You can access it there. So what I want to do here is two things. The first thing, I want to explain to you that talent acquisition is not recruiting. And in 90% of the talent acquisition departments in the world today, in corporate America, it's basically managing ad response. The way you can tell that, and the way you can tell that about your department, is if you walk by your department, if there aren't a lot of people on the phone, it's ad response management. A recruiting firm, executive search firm, is actively talking to people about jobs and opportunities. There's a verbal conversation. Sure, there's email, there's other stuff going on, but a key KPI in any recruiting company is how much time do your recruiters spend on the phone. Talent acquisition is much more managing ad response. We have a video that will explain to you why ad response is bad, doesn't work. It is also on our website. It's also on our LinkedIn page. You can certainly access that. But here are some concrete things you can do as a beleaguered department manager, director, vice president, to help you get better service from your talent acquisition team. The first thing you want to do is, if they are running ads for you, and I guarantee they are, is you want to look at the ads. Not look at the ads on a piece of paper that they've printed out for you. Look at the ads on the website, and try and find the ad on the website. Pretend you're looking for a job. You're one of the few people in the United States who are actually looking for a job. Pretend you're one of them and type in engineering manager jobs in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Here's the first thing you're going to find. That ad that your talent acquisition, let's call them TA, your TA people are running for you now is one of 50. So great. There's my ad, and there's 49 others. Wow, I didn't know there were that many other people looking for the same person I am. Then what I want you to do is open that ad. Okay, you're a candidate. You're opening that ad. Here's the first thing you probably see. Hey, thanks for opening this ad. Here's 6 other companies and ads that you may be interested in. So your ad has led the candidate to 6 other jobs. Why is it designed that way? Because a lot of these websites are pay per click. You've got your click, so you owe them money. They want the clicks from those 5 other people. That's how they get paid. That's the way the world works. So great. Understand that that's where you are right now. You're one of 6 jobs that this place is, or you're one of 6 companies that this candidate is being urged to apply to. Now, look at the ad itself. Read it. Are there any misspellings? Because there often are. I saw an ad last week where it was confidential company, confidential opening. Then when you read the ad says, we at Acme Company are looking for the following type of people. So it's not really confidential. Proofread the ad. Make sure it's effective. Make sure it's accurate. To give you another example, I saw an ad a couple weeks ago for a company in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. There's also a Lancaster in New York. There must be a drop-down box on this website where you got to choose the Lancaster. Well, that TA person had chosen the wrong thing. So the Lancaster, Pennsylvania ad is listed in Lancaster, New York. You have to look at these things. So the other thing you want to know about these ads is most of them, as you look at them, will tell you how many people applied. And after your first 2 or 3 days, that's what you're going to get. You'll be surprised how few people apply to these ads. It's not unusual for an ad in 24 hours to get 2 or 3 responses. And then after that, to get maybe another 1 or 2 in a week. Occasionally you'll hit the jackpot and you'll get 100 responses. but understand that 100 responses are national and international responses, and of them you might get one person that's worth contacting. So if you've gone a few days and your TA person has not gotten any response, and you can see on the ad that there's only been 2 responses, I think it's appropriate for you to go to them and say, well, how are we doing? And brother, sister, if they tell you they got 10 people in the pipeline and you've only got 2 responses, you gotta really push back on that a little. Say, where are these people coming from? Can I see their resumes? And challenge them. So let's pretend you're 2 weeks into this and you're looking at the website, you haven't gotten much response, and you're going to your talent acquisition person and say, what can you do to get more people for me? If their response is, I'm going to rerun the ad, you gotta say, whoa, Nelly, what's that going to do for you? Or I'm going to rerun the ad on a different website. Once again, what good is that going to do for you? There's no magic website. They're all the same. They're all tend to aggregate at Google anyway. So that's not going to get you more people. There has to be a different strategy. Ask them, if you're not going to run ads, what are you going to do? Well, here's a new one. There are now people, websites, companies that will basically take your ad and blast it out via email to people who are qualified but passive. It's quasi-recruiting, but it's really not. What it is spamming people. How do I know that? Because I get them. I own Right Recruiting. I've never done anything in my life but recruiting. 40 years in recruiting. I get 2 of these emails a day. Here's today's. Here are the perfectly selected jobs that are good for me and me alone, based upon my profile. I have no profile, by the way. These are based upon my profile. Director of Product Management for a software company in Philadelphia. I couldn't write a line of code if my life depended on it. A distribution manager for a distribution center in New Jersey. I don't know anything about that. I couldn't do that. Director of Product Development for a furniture company in Warminster, Pennsylvania. I can't draw a straight line. A director of program management for Comcast, requiring telecommunications experience. Is there one person in the universe that is appropriate for all 4 jobs? Is this anything but spam? And your company and your job is listed in that spam. Does that make you proud? How you feel about that? Yeah. Now, let's go this one step farther. Open one of these. Once again, the first thing it says is, thank you for opening this. Here are 6 other jobs that are appropriate for your background. Why in God's green earth would your TA people think that this is going to fill jobs when 3 months prior of doing nothing but running ads fills jobs, doesn't fill your job? You need to push back. You need to do some internal homework as to what it is they're doing, because traditionally, here's what we see. We see ABC company run an ad on LinkedIn. Don't get angry at me, LinkedIn, but a lot of these ads don't draw. So let's say 3 to 4 weeks later, we will see that same ad run on Monster. Doesn't draw. 3 to 4 weeks later, they'll run that same ad on Career Builder. All right, now you're the manager. You're now 3 months into this opening, and you don't have many candidates, if any at all. What are you waiting for? There is no magic bullet to this. Talent acquisition in most corporations is not recruiting. It's managing ad response, and ad response is weak and poor in an employment market where there's nobody out of work and there's nobody looking for a job. So don't be fooled with all this gibberish and rhetoric about algorithms and special profiles and pre-screen questionnaires. What does a pre-screening questionnaire do for you if nobody answers your ad? Recruiting is talking to people, it's getting on the phone, it's communicating with them at night, on the weekends when they can communicate. Ask your talent acquisition person if they've ever talked to a candidate at 8 o'clock on a Wednesday night. If they have, I would be very impressed with them. I bet you 99% of them log off, and they log off at 5 and they come back at 9. Recruiting is hard work, it's personal work, it's persistence, and that is what we do. If you're having a problem with getting your jobs filled, our average time to completion is 2 months. That's 2 months, and that's average. We've got jobs where we've got resumes to clients within a week. That's without advertising, that's hard work, and that's attention to detail. So push back. If you need help, you know where to reach us, and we hope to hear from you. Thanks again. Right Recruiting, Blue Bell, Pennsylvania.